Hi, I'm Marna, and I bought this great working Baby Alive doll at a thrift store. You can see she works, so that means she has batteries. And what I'm getting ready to do is clean her. So what I want to do first is pull the batteries out and wrap her in oh, there's two here, and I might need them. Wrap her in plastic as high as I can to keep these areas safe when I wash her hair. I'm going to wash her hair first, and then I will, I'm going to clean out the body inside first, and then I'm going to wash the hair. These dolls have eyes and eyelashes. The eyes are the open and shut. They used to be called sleepy time eyes. So what I want to do when I roll her over and take the battery out is put her hands out like you would protect yourself from a fall, so that you're not flat on those eyes. And you need a small Phillips screwdriver. There are usually 4 batteries involved. Let's get this open real quick. You know, I should have said before you take the batteries out to turn off the doll. I undid the screw, so I believe, but it's stuck. So I'm taking a small flathead and I am gently, and I mean gently, prying this open. It's going to break my nail. There we go. And this one does not have the ribbon. On my other dolls, it has ribbon. I'm going to have the cameraman pull those batteries out. I'm not going to break a nail. Yes, I'm vain. And it looks like, does that have 2 layers or just take 2 batteries?
Just 2.
Okay, well, my other dolls take 4, so that is interesting. It takes 2, what are these? AA batteries. Now, I'm going to replace this. This is very clean. We have had dolls where this is corroded, and you can actually take warm white vinegar and a brush. I use a soft bristle toothbrush and get in there and clean that out. And you can actually make some toys work again if you get these stations cleaned up from the rust. I set them on a bowl, and then I clean out the inside of the doll, and I use warm but not hot white vinegar. The first time and the second time through the doll, I use it at full strength. Some people don't. They add water, and that's fine. I add water to it, and I keep running it through the doll. Even if the doll looks clean, keep running a few minutes. It could be dried food items or whatever. I also use shampoo, a little bottle to run something through. This is a glitter glue container that I cleaned out, a toothpick, a soft bristle toothbrush, and Goop hand cleaner. I love this stuff. Wonderful stuff. It is multi-purpose and it smells really good. And what I do is I get a scoop out about as much as I think I need of the goop, and then I clean this and set it aside. If I need more, I can get it, but that keeps my goop clean. And what I'm going to do is I took a cup and I added warm vinegar, and I'm going to squeeze this and fill it with it. And ooh, see that? And then I'm going to set it upright, squeeze that air out, and do that again. And I'm going to run this through the doll and see. And she's running through, and I'm going to do that again till the vinegar is gone. And then I'm going to do that with water to not only rinse, but to follow it, chaser. And coming through, let's see how clean that is. Ooh, as you can see, these dolls come home with some. When you bring a used Baby Alive doll home, be very careful. Get it cleaned up right away, and you might want to keep them in plastic till you can get there so nothing crawls out of them. Okay, let's get more through, and then I'll add water. I ran vinegar about, I don't know, half a cup mug of vinegar warm through the doll. And then I took the container that I washed the vinegar in, I added water to it. I ran about, oh, I don't know, another 3/4 cup through this doll. Look what we got. Yuck. Does that not look like cucumber? I'm going to make some more warm water. I might decide to put more vinegar through this doll and run this through the doll. Because of what we found in there, I'm going to run more through than I normally do. This doll is called Real Surprises, Baby Alive Real Surprises. When I cleaned her out, I'm telling you the truth, I found out why it's named that. Oh my goodness. I was fighting a green substance coming through that I showed you in the sink, and then chunks of red came out. But we did get her running clean. And again, I used the hot, very warm vinegar and very warm water. And I just kept running her. Even after I thought she was clean, I continued. And that's when things started coming out. Anyway, she's clean, but I think we're going to do this a different way than I actually started. Using a dog comb, I use these now for my dolls, rather than the plastic comb, starting at the bottom of the hair. Now hers is wet from working on her, cleaning her tubes. Next time I will once again do the hair first. I always do. I just thought this one could be done a little differently. I don't want to get this doll's eyes or voice box or arm really wet. So I'm not using running water over the doll or even this area. I am going to use some goop on this doll, goop hand cleaner. And I'm going to rub that in to start. And then I'm going to use a wash rag and probably, see a little mark there, a magic eraser. I will use this very sparingly on her face. Be very careful. While I want to clean her face, and especially her mouth area, I don't want to get that down in her eyes and her ears and her back of her neck. Remember, somebody had this doll before you, and you don't know how careful they were when they were putting the food and drink in this doll's mouth, and they probably got it other places. So you want to clean it well, but carefully. And then I'm going to turn on the warm, just warm, not hot water. I combed out her hair so I can wash it after. Now you can wrap your dolls in plastic when you wash their hair, to be very, very careful. See, I'm wringing this out before I put it on her face. Oh, her face is dirty too. I am doing her eyes gently, 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 because you don't know if food got up in there. It's actually quite a gross thought. But these dolls, like any other dolls, can be cleaned up well and recycled, reused, reloved. And especially if you're a collector and they're basically sitting on a shelf, you can clean these dolls up and make them look like new and save a lot of money. You don't have to be wealthy to be a doll collector. I say it all the time. I thought only the wealthy women could be doll collectors. I'm doing that bracelet with this soft bristled toothbrush and toes. But actually, it's so good for the environment to save these dolls out of the landfills. And they're even good for children to play with after you get them cleaned up. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of marker on there. I keep this handy. This stuff really is magic. Look at that coming right off. And that is wonderful. After I get her rinsed off real good, I am going to use a little soap. I will rinse her off, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do for her hair. I keep my Q-tips to the side when I'm doing this to keep them dry. And do they need to be dry? Maybe, maybe not. Clean that mouth just a little more in case I got soap inside of it. I don't think I did. And I do the ears real well. I usually do them with the toothbrush and then go from there. This doll's hair is very nice, but it was just a little knotted, probably because I got it wet. So I'm going to take a little Downy and I am going to put this in her hair. It's Downy fabric softener is what it is. And I'm going to let that sit, 15 minutes. You can leave it sit. I've left it in doll's hair. Usually I do it in the boiling water dip. I'm trying it different this time and see how that works out if you just put it on like the cream rinse. It is blue. It could stain. I don't know. But she has her little blue bow. I gotta really, every time I look at these dolls, how well they're made, I'm just giving Hasbro a head tip because my, oh my, they're made for play. I let Baby Alive sit for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. And the Downy really worked. You can comb through there. Of course, there's a few knots left and I'm working on those, but I'm gonna go ahead and wash her hair. One thing I came across, I was trying to unknot this, and that's actually her little ponytail. And I don't, she has that original bow, and it might not look so good, but I might just put another blue bow over it, leaving that original there. I kind of like dolls to, if they still have their original things, I like for them to keep them. So I'm going to wash her hair. I'm going to turn her upside down, hold her with my arm, put on warm water. First, I'm going to rinse out very carefully that Downy. She's kind of falling there. Keep it out of her eyes as much as I can. That's how we used to hold our real babies and wash their hair. They were easier to hold, I think. I don't know. We're using Pantene because Pantene's what I have, and I have far too much on there, I know. Because I use it for my hair, and that stuff is so thick and good, you don't need much, even for my hair. So she's going to get a good cleaning, and I'm going to work that in and rinse it out. Okay, Baby Alive is out of the sink from the hair washing in the bath. I'm running this comb through her hair. One thing I wanted to add is after I comb out a doll's hair that needs a bath or a new doll, I clean my comb. And after I give them a bath and comb out their hair, I leave my comb sit on the towel to dry. When I do a doll like this, because she has working eyes, I turn them head down, and I will, if I need to do the hair later, that's okay. I'd rather deal with the hair than to have water inside the doll. I'm going to run a towel over this area so that nothing streams down inside this, and also the speaker area. And then I will leave her sit for a few hours, and then I will sit her up to drain the water elsewhere inside the body. Usually when I wash my doll's hair, I curl it wet, but I wanted to see how this doll's hair would dry. So I did not curl it, and it's cute. I mean, you could leave it like this, but I'd like to try to put that curl back in it, especially since I did use Downy. When you use curlers, the smaller your curler, the tighter the curl. If you just want body in your doll's hair, where it just looks like, it has body to it, you want a thicker curler. But if you want little girl curls, you want something small. I actually use these on Barbie. I got these at a garage sale. I don't know, I think I paid 50 cents for all of them. Like to find another big pile of them. These I got on eBay, and they were cheap. They were like, I don't know, 6 for $1, 5 for $1, something like that. And they work. A lot of times for my own hair, if I curl up tight and put that around the top, I get a ridge there. So What we did when we curled our hair when we were teenagers is we curled it tight and then we put a bobby pin in there. So since I'm not doing her hair wet and I really don't want to put her back under the water, I'm going to try what my mother used to do, and that is a nylon comb and a bowl of water. When you curl hair, you want the curler the direction you want the curl. For little girl curls or big girl curls, if you want ringlets, you go sideways. If you want a flip, which means it goes down and flips up, you put them in up towards the head. If you want the under curl, of course, you come this way. I want the little girl curls, so I'm going to curl her hair sideways. Okay, I'm dipping my comb into the water. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're trying this. I'm gathering a little up. You know what? I'm leaving the baby alive curl and hair. I like it. I think it's cute. I like dolls to be as original as they can after being cleaned up. So once again, we're going to dip again so that it's wet. We want that good and wet, and that works pretty good. The doll doesn't get a lot of trauma. Take your curler all the way to the edge, and you kind of work the hair around it and keep it flat. Take it all the way down to the head, keeping that flat, and pinch the curler on. And I'm going to do that for the whole hair. It takes a lot of curlers, as you can see, and you take just a little bit of hair, run the wet comb through so that you're not curling knots, and just keep going. Make sure you have a lot of curlers before you start this. As you can see, it took a lot of curlers to do this doll's hair. You saw the big bag I had here. Now there's just one left. I will let her sit for 24 hours to dry. I don't like using hair dryers or straighteners or curlers or any of that on my own hair because I know the damage it can do. So I don't use them very often on my doll hair either. And you let them sit 24 hours to make sure every fiber is dry and that it holds a little better. I took the curlers out of this doll's hair. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I wanted those little girl curls, those baby curls of that fine hair. And what I really like is the curl in the middle of her forehead. Some of you may remember that poem. There was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. But when she was bad, she was horrid. Anyway, I thought that was cute in her eye. And this baby girl is ready to go. Thank you for watching our videos. We really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who subscribes. If you have not subscribed, would you please hit that button? Leave a comment. Let me know if you own this or other baby alive dolls and what you have done to their hair. Maybe curled or straightened or braided. It's just fun to know what others are doing. We have several baby alive videos and we're always adding more. We have a lot of hacks and crafts, and if you'll click on the Baby Alive playlist, you can see the videos that we have currently available.